Hi everyone, and welcome to Northwest Rose Crafts. Today I will show you some gifts I made for my nieces, so let's get started. For this first craft, I used these really cute felt reusable bags I found at Target, some pattern iron-on, and some white iron-on I had on hand. I started by cutting out my design on iron-on vinyl. I created this design using Cricut Design Space. The design consists of text and an offset. I cut out the text in the leopard print vinyl and the offset in the white vinyl. The white vinyl offset really makes the text pop on the bag. Remember to mirror your design and place the vinyl shiny side down when cutting iron-on vinyl. And this is just my preference, but whenever I use off-brand vinyl, I always set the pressure to more. After that, I weeded my design and centered and placed the offset of my design on the bag first. The carrier sheet wasn't sticking great to the bag, so I used some heat-resistant tape to hold my design in place while I iron it on. I placed my heating mat under my bag. The bag dipped a little in the center, so I also placed a rolled-up t-shirt in the center of the bag. Set my easy press to 280 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 seconds. Placed a Teflon sheet on top of the vinyl and ironed on my design. After my design was cool, I peeled off the carrier sheet. Next, I layered on the leopard print iron-on vinyl, taped it down using heat-resistant tape, placed my Teflon sheet on top, and ironed it on. Once it was cool to the touch, I peeled off the carrier sheet. And I did the same thing with my second bag. These turned out amazing. I love that these gift bags are functional and can be reused afterward. For this next craft, I started off with these two hats from Amazon. My nieces are little cowgirls, so these pink Western-themed patches from Hobby Lobby were perfect. Once I picked out the patches I wanted, I pulled out my Cricut Easy Press Mini and set the temp to medium. I placed a balled-up t-shirt on the inside of the hat. While my Cricut Easy Press Mini was heating up, I peeled off the sticker paper on the back of the patch and placed it on the hat in the desired location. Grabbed a Teflon sheet and ironed on the patch from the front. I flipped the hat over, placed a Teflon sheet on top, and also ironed the patch from the back. I did the same thing for the other hat, and they turned out so cute. I cannot wait to give this to them. For this last craft, I pulled out some cute fabric I had laying around, an 8-inch embroidery hoop, a Western-themed patch, and some lace ribbon. I placed my embroidery hoop on top of the fabric to figure out how much I needed. Then, I took out my scissors and cut out the fabric. I lint rolled my fabric, then grabbed my Cricut heating mat and placed it underneath the fabric. I turned on my Cricut Easy Press and just left it at whatever setting it was left at before, and ironed the fabric. I placed my embroidery hoop on top of the fabric and figured out where I wanted my giddy up patch to be placed. After that, I removed the embroidery hoop and placed the Teflon sheet on top of the patch. I grabbed my Cricut Easy Press, which was still hot from ironing the fabric, and placed it on top of the Teflon sheet. I pulled my heat mat out from underneath the fabric and loosened up the embroidery hoop. I placed my fabric on top of the bottom of the embroidery hoop and placed the top piece on top so that the fabric was tight. Then I flipped the embroidery hoop over and cut off the excess fabric. I grabbed my lace ribbon and tied it around the hoop tightener. And this is how my Western themed sign turned out. So adorable. Thank you guys so much for watching. These are my favorite types of crafts, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye guys.